In traditional yoga, they always have you start with some time just clearing the mind and trying to center yourself and getting yourself ready to use your body and to feel the different parts of your body that you're going to be working. I just think sometimes we don't know how to relax and clear our mind at all. So we usually kind of skip that part. But with that in mind, let's take a deep breath and see if we can clear the mind enough to just focus on ourselves for a moment. So as we take that deep breath, we're in, can't even say it. Try it again. So we take the deep breath, we're expanding the spine all the way to the ceiling. And then as we exhale, we're allowing our shoulders to relax. Take all that stress off of them. And with each inhale, we keep getting a little taller. With each exhale, a little more relaxed, which actually is your shoulders pulling down towards the floor. Your shoulder blades coming back, your body working its way into the posture that it's supposed to be in. So as we take a breath up, we're going to hold for a moment, and we're going to pull that belly button in towards the chair. You're going to hold that. You're going to take a deep breath and reach up. As you come down, just drop the shoulders a little bit. Right there, stop, and try to push them back towards the chair. So see if you can get them back a little closer to the chair. And then as we inhale again, we'll exhale and bring them wide and squeeze those shoulder blades all the way down until the elbows touch the sides of the chairs or as close as you can get. So right there, you should really be feeling that through your back. You should feel how your chest is very much sticking out, and that's the only way you can squeeze your shoulder blades. At this point, your shoulders themselves should be pushing towards the floor. So hold that for a moment, take a deep breath, and as you exhale, bring it up slowly, trying to keep the shoulders down. So it's just the arms coming. Deep breath. Exhale, pull the belly button in, slowly come all the way back down to that same position. Stick the chest out, push those elbows back to where that chair is. Good, and then hold right there, squeeze tightly through the shoulder blades, allow your arms to relax a little bit. Think of your shoulders coming away from your neck, so your neck's getting longer. And then inhale and relax it down. So right here with our elbows back against the chair, this should remind us that we have our posture in place with our fingers working their way down. And with each inhale, we're getting a little taller. Each exhale, we're getting a little longer through the neck and shoulders. So as we maintain that, we're going to come away from the chair and sit up nice and tall. And take your deep breath, and we're going to rotate to one side. So use that hand outside the knee. The other hand can either stay put or you can use it to grab the chair. Take a deep breath, stay there, and rotate a little bit more. Be aware of your neck. Is it over your head or is it looking over your shoulder? We want it in line with your neck and spine. And then as we exhale and come back to the center and return to that posture with the chest out, shoulders back, we breath in, and then we rotate other side. So as we stay lifted, we continue to rotate, and we focus on keeping that head nice and steady. And then we come back to the center, and again, that perfect posture, and we're going to scoot halfway forward. So now we don't have as much help with the posture. The stomach is tight, the shoulders are back, and we're going to do our turns one more time. So inhale, exhale, rotate. Turn your palm away from your knee. That way you're not really grabbing your knee. And then take your opposite arm and go ahead and gently hold on to the chair to help you move a little further. Continue with those tall breaths, allowing your body to relax and go a little further. And then return to the center. Chest up, shoulders back. Eventually it'll just automatically go that way. One hand outside. Gently, if you touch the chair, to turn. Just remember each breath is tall. Each exhale turns a teeny bit more. We hold so your body can get used to this range of motion and accept it as normal. And then we'll bring it back to the center. And from here, we'll take those arms all the way up again. And we can bring them together, and our goal is to get them behind the ears. And then reach up as we inhale and exhale, bending just enough to lift that body from the hips. Continuing to reach to the corner of the room as we inhale and exhale to the center. And as we hold here, we reset our arms a little bit back further behind the ears. And then we inhale, stomach stays tight as we exhale and bend slightly, lifting that arm up to the corner of the room. Keeping your soft breaths. And then coming back to the center. Now we drop the shoulders first, then the arms come down. We're going to stop the arms right there and take them out this way. From here, we have the shoulders down, stomach is tight. We're coming straight back like a rowing motion. Sticking the chest out, squeezing the upper back. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good. Exhale all the way down this time. All right. Scooting a little further. Pretty soon we're going to be off the chair. But we want to be a little further forward because we're going to put that one leg out. And we're going to keep that body as stiff as we can. Go ahead and let your foot relax on the floor. And we're just hinging here at the hips. So as the hips hinge, our chest stays out. The elbows stay back a little bit. That keeps your back in the right spot. And then you're sticking your chest out like you're pushing it towards your knee. Now, yes, you're going to feel your hamstring and calf stretch, but you also want to feel your shoulder blades engaged. And with each exhale, maybe you sink a little bit lower. And this time we're going to relax those arms and take them on top of the legs. And as we inhale, we exhale and slide down a little bit, just about halfway down, keeping those shoulders pushed back towards the chair and just holding that. Taking your breath in, and as you exhale, we're slowly sliding it all the way up. When we get all the way back up, we are back to our perfect posture with the hands at the side, so we bring the foot in and we just extend the other one. So we're really trying to focus right now on the upper body, keeping the shoulders back, keeping the elbows back, hinging from the hips. So right now you get that stretch, but you're really concentrating on the shoulders staying back towards the chair, elbows staying behind you, chest sticking out as you move down slowly. And then we can inhale and exhale with those hands. And they can be either way that you want. But we're just going to slowly come a little ways down. And remember, you have to hold what's comfortable, but you also have to think about a million things, which is shoulders away, breath in and out, stomach staying firm. So as we exhale on this one, we're going to slowly bring that all the way back up. And we're going to go ahead and scoot back on the chair and take our feet outside the chair. So this way we have a nice wide stance with those feet. Now you can kind of keep them close to the bottom of the chair, or you can take your feet out, whatever's comfortable. But in this position, we are lifting the chest to the ceiling. So when I say inhale and lift your spine, I'm really meaning it this time. You're taking your whole body and really lifting high off that chair, using your feet to kind of brace a little bit as you lift your body away from your chair and getting taller. Then as we exhale, we're going to come forward, also hinging at the hips. We'll keep those hands relaxed for now. Push those shoulders back towards the chair. Nice and slowly as we come down towards the legs. Then take a deep breath. And as you exhale, go ahead and press all the way back up, slowly stacking the vertebrae, kind of like a slinky, or you're taking blocks and stepping them one on top of another until you're nice and tall. And the taller you are, and the more your shoulders are back, the better your standing blocks will stay. So inhale, exhale forward again. This time let's add the arms, let them come down towards your ankles. Keep in mind that you still have that chest slightly lifted, shoulders away from the ears. You can take the fingers down to the shoes if you'd like, but we're just going to hold there for a second. Let that lower back open up a little bit. And as you inhale and exhale, push your legs out just a little bit to the side. You don't have to do that with your arms. You can just open your legs up and just hold that. Feel that stretch through the inner thigh. And then as we inhale, we'll exhale and slowly come up, gently pushing the arms against the thighs to push those inner thighs a little bit wider and stretch those out a little bit more. So from here, we're taking those elbows back and we're going to rotate again. So with those legs a little bit wider, you're going to feel a little deeper, lifting that chest. Take your other arm out behind you. It can rest behind the chair if you want to, or it can rest at the side. Just kind of get it out of your way. So inhale tall, pull that belly button in as we exhale back to the center. Hands are going to come to the thighs and we're going to slide all the way down again before we do the other side, lifting up your chest. So even though it's lifted, you're pushing your spine away from the back of the chair, pushing a little bit against your elbows, and then using those elbows and leg to push your legs out to the side and stretch that inner thigh. And then as we take a deep breath, we exhale and come up nice and slowly, allowing those legs to stretch out a little bit further. And then as we get up to the top in our perfect posture, stomach tight, we're going to inhale and exhale to the side. Getting a little more range of motion through that back. Staying nice and tall. And then bringing it back to the center on our exhale, working our feet a little more forward. And at this point, you should be back to the back of the chair where you can rest your back against it. We're going to take that ankle up here. Now what we did was just loosened a little bit of that inner thigh, so this might be a little easier. But you're going to take your hands and very gently on the middle of the thigh, you're just going to push it away from you. All right, so it's just a gentle push where you'll feel a little bit of where it comes to the top of your hip, or the thigh and top of the hip meet. Then what we're going to do is we're going to let that go and sit up real tall. So yes, we're still going to go over, looking over our precipice, but we're going to do it slowly. So your body is tall, then we're going to lean into that. And when I say lean, I mean hinge at the hips. So we're trying to keep your body as one unit and just coming forward. So we should feel a little more in the glutes this time. Usually it's glutes and inner thigh. Your shoulders are pulling down towards your hips. Your spine is still getting long. Good. And then we inhale, and then we can exhale and sit back. And then we can grab that leg and gently pull it across the body. Now the key here, we want to keep your shoulders square. Okay, you want to pretend like you're at the dinner table and nobody's noticing that you're stretching, because your shoulders are nice and square and you're just pulling your leg across. So then as we inhale and get long, and exhale, we slide that down and we get even taller in our posture now, almost like you're really forcing those shoulders to the chair. So inhale, exhale, one more rotation. Hold and stay there for two more inhale, exhale, so that we can actually turn a little bit further with the lower back, not the head. And then one more time. Think if you can turn a little more. Good. Then we're going to bring it right back around to the front. And you're going to sit back and relax a moment. Take that foot down. You're going to push the arms back. Then give your legs a little break before we move back to the other side. So as those arms push back, we're going to slowly keep them behind you. Lift your arms by squeezing your shoulder blades together. So right here, we should have those shoulder blades pressed back. Arms are behind your body. Inhale, exhale, turn the palms to the ceiling. That way we're going to inhale and exhale, take them all the way up, right there. So here we're still lifting the shoulder blades off your body. And then we're going to pull them back down to your body. Stop right there. Inhale, take them off your body. Exhale, bring them back down. That's that little feeling we want for the back. One more time. Shoulder blades up, shoulder blades down. Bring that cactus style, which means really push your elbows back behind you. Push them back as far as you can. Try to touch that chair as you slowly lower, and those arms can come all the way back down, pushing to the floor. So now we have your other leg. Let's go ahead and take that up there. So yes, you should be sitting comfortably in the chair. One less thing to think about. And then we can take one or two hands and very gently press it away. So be aware that you're gentle, because if you push too hard, your whole body posture is going to change. Because if you push hard, you're going to lean into it. We don't want that. We just want a little gentle reminder that these muscles here are not supposed to be as tight as they are. So still getting that deep breath and lengthened posture. Now we can pull those shoulders down and sit up tall. And then we can begin to come forward. Now, I know we like to put our hands here, but just be aware that sometimes people pull on it, and we don't want that. So if your hands are on your foot, just make sure they're light. And we are hinging only from the hips down here, keeping that back straight at an angle as it goes up. That way we're really getting through the glutes. And I don't know, you might be doing a lot of sitting this weekend, and these are the muscles that get tight, so. As we sit up tall, pulling those shoulders down, chest up, taking that leg across the front of the body. And again, just real good awareness of where your shoulders are, keeping them level and even, not shifting to either side. Chest is nice and tall. And then we inhale and we exhale down so that we can sit up and maintain that super tall posture. And then inhale, exhale towards that leg. Still pushing the shoulders away from your ears, even as you're rotating. And each breath, you're focusing on your posture. So this time as we exhale, we come back to the front. And we can let those legs relax a moment and sit back. Our shoulders are coming back and down. We're going to bring those hands out in front of you. And you're going to push away from the upper back. Your mid back is going to stay against the chair though. Take a deep breath. Exhale. And I say back behind the ears, and I know we say that a lot because that gets that stretch all the way to your hips. So as we take a deep breath and reach up, exhale, drop it down. Inhale gently, exhale, push away. Let your back come off that chair a little bit. Good, then inhale from here and exhale up. Now we're not touching the chair anymore. Our body is nice and long, stomach is tight. As we inhale, we exhale down and we push just the lower back towards the chair. So now it's just that lower back kind of slightly touching the chair as we hold. And one more time, we take that breath in. And as we exhale and reach up tall with that stomach tight, we inhale and bring it down, pressing those arms way back behind you so that you can grab the bottom of the chair and lean forward. So as you lean forward, you want to use the chair to help pull your shoulders away from your ears, and you want to envision your spine as one unit lifting towards the ceiling at that slight angle. Then we're going to take your shoulder blades and pull them back together a little more. So squeeze those shoulder blades a little more, get some strength through that back. Almost like you're going to be lifted off the chair. Then take your inhale, and as you exhale, slowly come up, still lifting your body towards the ceiling as much as you can until we're nice and straight. And from there, we're going to scoot a little bit halfway. Take those legs out again, because we're always going to sit with our perfect posture. But this time, we're going to go ahead and slide it down, right down to those ankles. Now, we're going to stop there for a moment, but you know what? We're going to go right back up. So as we come right back up, we're starting from the lower vertebrae. So you're slowly stacking one vertebrae at a time from your lower back to your mid-back, all the way up until we get all the way to the shoulders behind us. And stomach firm. Inhale. Exhale, keep your chest up. So as we begin to come down, we don't immediately round. We slowly hinge at the hips. Then as we get closer to the knees, we might round just a hair in that upper body, but we're always trying to keep that spine somewhat straight. So we keep the hands on the inside of the legs and take your left hand outside of you or outside of your leg and only coming up halfway. Because from here, I want you to feel how you're still level, everything's still in one place, so that when we inhale and exhale to rotate that shoulder, you can feel how your body stays in that same position and you're just actually rotating from that lower back. The arm is there to help you. You can look at it or you can center your neck over your spine, but you're focusing on that lower back. And then as you inhale, exhale down, when we come back down, things have moved. So we're going to take your shoulders and pull them back towards the chair. You're going to lift that chest up just a little bit. Inhale, we're going to exhale back down, hinging at the hips. And then we're going to take the other arm outside. And this time, just bring it halfway up, feeling that upper back squeeze, getting ready to rotate that lower back. So take your deep breath, exhale and rotate. So again, using your focus on that lower back, making sure your head and neck are comfortable wherever they're looking. With each breath, you're continuing to move a little bit. And then as we inhale and exhale back to our starting point, we're going to hold right there and take your hands and go ahead and wrap them around your ankles so they're behind your calves, behind your feet. And you're going to try to lift your chest up a little bit. It's not going to move much, but you want to lift your chest up a little bit. That's going to straighten your spine. And pull your shoulders back. So when we talk about a flat back, this is what you should be feeling. So inhale, exhale, let those hands unwrap and relax and slide them up to the thighs. From here, we're pushing like an angry cat, pushing the lower back to the chair and then slowly rounding up, pulling your stomach in as you start to get straighter. And at the top, you've got your shoulders back and down, tall posture. Inhale, exhale, come down first with the chest. So it's also like the cow pose. Pushing your chest to the floor, pulling your shoulder blades back and down until your chest gets as low as you can. Inhale, exhale through your cat. Slowly coming all the way up. And then stomach tight with those shoulders back. So what we're going to do is keep that stomach tight and the shoulders down. And we're going to slide those arms one more time, keeping your chest up, hinging at the back, because we're going to do those rotations again. So slowly coming down, setting that posture, taking that left arm to the outside. So now your body knows what it's doing, taking that arm out to the side, squeezing that upper back through the shoulder blades. Then inhale, exhale as we rotate, slowly, gently. But in reality, you never stop moving. You're breathing, exhaling, moving a little more, a little more. And then on your next exhale, we slowly bring it back down until that arm comes right back to where we started. We hold here for a moment to reset our posture. Shoulders pull away from the ears, chest comes up. We do have a pinch in the shoulder blades right now as you take one arm outside. And then out to the side so we can pause, squeeze the shoulder blade, pull the stomach inward, keep it there. Inhale, rotate upward. And even though you continue to inhale and exhale, your body and your lower back is slowly continuing to move. until it feels like you're not moving anymore, but you're just moving slightly. And then as we exhale and bring it back down slowly, right back to where we started, we're just going to allow that whole body to relax. So even though we've been keeping your back flat, now I'm going to let you relax it down, let your back round, almost as if you're going to grab something underneath your chair. And then we'll take those arms and put your elbows on your knees, just the elbows only, and keep the hands out. And from here, we're going to pull those shoulders down and then pull them back so we have them squeezed. Pulling the stomach in, we're going to inhale and exhale, pull those shoulders back a little more. And then this time, think of your spine lifting to the ceiling. So if I was to take you by the head and pull you at that angle you're sitting on towards the ceiling, that's what you want to feel. And when you do this, the shoulders are really coming back even more for your posture, squeezing your back. So that on your next inhale and exhale, we will slowly come back up, pulling those elbows back as far as we can get them, getting nice and tall, and then arms coming slowly down to the side. So now we're going to work those legs even further apart. So from here, kind of on the edge and as wide as you can. And you can see my legs are tight. They want to fall inward. Okay, we want them to go outward. So we're going to sit nice and tall, and we're going to push our legs out slightly, mostly using the power of your legs, but maybe a little bit of your hands to push them out a little bit. And as we do that, we are tall, pushing the shoulders down. Good. So now as we keep those legs there, we're going to go ahead and rotate, try to keep that length between the two of them, so that when we rotate, we can actually take that back leg back a little bit further than we normally do. You're probably going to have to hold on to one side of the chair. So from here, we're taking that outside arm up, and the first thing we're going to do is go towards the chair. So you bend slightly, but you're still lifting towards the ceiling, lifting your body up towards the ceiling. Then just, if you get a, okay.
I got a cramp.
That can happen. If you get a cramp, just pull your leg further forward, work it out like you're doing, give it a couple of stretches like this, and then just leave it right there, because that can happen. So we're here. It's not always easy, bring it back to the center, to allow that rear leg to relax like it's supposed to, okay? So from here, let's just bring that foot back to here, because we're going to focus on this front leg. So you've got two options. You can leave this leg here, or you can leave it there. I'm going to leave it here for right now with you. So we're going to keep it tall with this front leg. We are going to reach over. So you're lifting your body up and over. From here, we're going to reach forward and continue to lift high. So in essence, I hate to say it might be an easy one, but it kind of is. But you're going to lift your spine, lift your belly button to the ceiling. So we lean back slightly, take that breath in, and as you exhale, pull the belly button in and slowly hinge from the hips as we continue to lift the body forward as it lowers. When we get parallel to the floor, we're going to hold, and then inhale, and we'll exhale slowly up, pulling the belly button in first, and then bring those arms all the way up and then back just a little bit to stretch through the abdominals. And then we're going to recenter ourselves, bring those arms down. We're going to see if your leg is any better. If it's not, put it right back to that other position. Otherwise, we do need to kind of hold on to this chair, because this time when we come up, we're going to go back just a little bit. Just a small amount. And then think about pushing the hips underneath you, or your tailbone underneath you a little bit. So as that tailbone comes underneath you a little bit, you'll have a little bit of stretch in that hip flexor. Your back leg should be as relaxed as you can get it. Good. And then as we come down, we'll go ahead and spin back to this side. Keep those legs wider So now they're even wider as we take our breath in. Arms are coming up, hinging at the hips forward. So you might have to press your feet a little bit into the ground, but we are trying to hinge at the hips, getting the inner thighs here, and only taking it to where you can comfortably. From here, we're going to inhale, we're going to exhale and push away and lift our bodies up like we're separating them. And bring that down. Pull those shoulders back, so pull those elbows back as far as you can. When we get all the way down to the bottom, we're going to go to the other side. So set yourself up however feels right. First thing we're going to do is pull the shoulders back, tighten through the stomach. I'm going to see about getting that arm up to the ear and slowly going towards the chair. Try to keep those legs relaxed because right now we want to focus on your spine, just lifting upward like somebody's grabbing your hand and pulling it towards the ceiling. And then as we come back down, we can place that leg wherever's most comfortable for you. Keep that body nice and tall. Arms are going to come out and we're going to hinge at the hip forward. Sometimes you do have to rebrace your back leg when we're not holding onto the chair. But as we bend forward, you're also lifting the body, so it's not a rounded back. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, reach up. Keep coming up as high as you can and then back just enough to push those hips underneath you a little and stretch those lower abdominals. And from here we inhale. Exhale, bring it back down. Pull the belly button in first. Slowly hinge at those hips, reaching the body away from you. Continuing your breath. And then we inhale and exhale tall. Once again, getting our body back just a little bit to push those hips forward and to tighten the stomach. And bring the arms down. You can hold onto the chair with one if you want. And let's focus on taking this back leg, pushing that tailbone underneath you, trying to keep this as much relaxed, but just focusing on the hips and the tailbone going forward to get that hip flexor stretch right there. Keeping the body tall. Pulling the shoulders back. Good. And I can't remember, I think we did, no, we didn't do that, did we? Sorry, my bad. Come back to the center. Okay, so we're about to do a split now. We're so wide, right? Because the legs got wider on each one, didn't they? Of course they did. So we're here. This is actually, if we were standing, this would be goddess pose in yoga. So we're going to bring it forward, which is a bending goddess. And just holding, and yes, a little bit of pressure of the feet into the floor. If you have to press too hard, then you're going too far. So as you inhale, reach your body away and up. Stomach is tight at the top as we bring the arms back down, cactusy, and work those feet in. And today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to stand up. We're going to get a little deeper into your hips because I have a feeling you might be sitting a little bit this weekend. So we're going to have 1 foot forward and 1 foot back, and you can hold on to the chair. Now, when we were doing the tailbone underneath you, that's here. You take your tailbone, you go underneath you. All right, so it's not a back bend. You're just pushing your hips underneath you a little bit. You're going to feel this stretch here even more. Now, the thing is, if we take that foot and we separate it a little further, maybe 1 step, and then you take that tailbone and you push it underneath you. Yes, your weight goes onto this back leg, and you should feel it even deeper through that leg. Yes, and you're always keeping the body tight and the stomach firm. Yeah, so that's going to be important. Now we're going to take that same outside arm. So whatever leg is getting the stretch, so this is this one on my side, that arm is going to go over. So you're, going that way. Good, so that should help you, and push your arms back behind your ear. That should help you get it even greater from here all the way down. Good, and center. And then when we switch sides, remember we first start with just a small one. You can go either side for it, just a small step apart. And this was our beginner tailbone underneath you, so you're just starting to feel a little bit of this stretch. And you can also push your heel into the ground, get a little calf stretch too. So we're just holding that there. And then we're going to take that a little bit longer. And you can make it as big or small as you want. Standing tall, just that tailbone tips underneath you. Your weight centers more on that back leg, and you feel it a little deeper. These are those muscles that when they're bent, when we're sitting, they're tightening, and they can wreak havoc on your back and everything. Okay, so now taking that same arm that's stretching, pushing it back by your ear to get a greater stretch, and just that slight bend. So we're not trying to bend all the way over, we're just trying to get a little bit to actually activate from here all the way down, because this all connects. Good, lifting your body up. Perfect. Come back in. Good, step that together. We're going to take it to the back of the chair. Feet are going to be wide. And we're still with our perfect posture, but we're going to come up on the toes, and then you're going to go down on the heels. And then just 2 more times. Up on the toes, you don't have to press hard. Just get some movement through there. Good. Now from here, just like we did in the chair, you're going to stick your chest out, and you're going to slowly come down towards that chair. So pull your shoulder blades back extra, push your chest to the chair, and hold. So the back of your legs are straight, but you're also squeezing your shoulder blades. You're squeezing along the center of your spine. And then as you take a deep breath, and you exhale and come slowly upward, you get nice and tall again. This time when you're tall, you're feeling that stretch through the abdominals and the hip flexors. So now we're going to take that and move our feet a little bit further back. So now we have about an arm's length away. So bend the knees slightly for this one, and still press that chest towards the ground. So you're separating one half of the body and the others. Your butt's sticking out, you're pressing your chest to the ground. The chair is just there to help give you some stability. And then if your head gets to the chair like mine, then we're going to go ahead and stop. And then we'll take a deep breath, and we'll come all the way back up. So that's just doing a little bit of stretching for the hamstrings standing. So now let's go ahead and come back and sit for a moment. So the back of the legs, the hamstrings that we were stretching, and then we did the hip flexors too. So we're going to start first hamstring one leg out with the shoulders back and down. And this is of course where you're going to hinge at the hips, but this time we're going to pull the toe towards your face. So pull that toe towards your face as we come forward slightly. So you feel your calf stretch, and you should feel your hamstring stretch. And this time as we let it relax with both arms down, keep that toe back and continue to go down. Now you might feel a little more tightness in certain areas. That'll tell you what you need to work on. Otherwise, we're just slowly moving, keeping that toe back, seeing what you feel. So you might feel the calf or the lower back, the hamstring, and you might be feeling things on the other side too. So hold, take a deep breath, exhale, then inhale and go ahead and exhale up slowly. So with that toe pulled back, you should feel a big difference in how your hamstring stretches, because you're getting a little bit limited by your calf, which might get tight if you're wearing different shoes. We're used to being in sneakers all day, and then we have a special event and we wear higher heels or even something with a little bit of a heel. Your calf will get tight and you'll want to do this. So pull the foot back. First thing we're doing is coming forward. And remember, you can only stretch to what's comfortable. You don't want to be stressing or holding your breath. And with each stretch, you're also trying to move a little bit at a time. And then as we keep that foot like that and bring those hands down, we're going to slowly let ourselves sink towards that foot. Now if it gets a little intense, then you stop for a little bit. You take a couple of breaths and maybe you try to go a little lower. Sometimes our body's not ready to rush into it, so you have to do a little bit at a time. Make sure you're still breathing, because otherwise you're holding your breath, you're straining, and we don't want that. Shoulders are down. Good. So as we continue, we'll stay one more breath, and then slowly bring it up. Nice and tall. Yes, there's a lot of things getting stretched out there. So we're going to take those feet wide. All right, we're going to take those arms up. From here, with the feet wide, when we go over, we want to feel like we're holding a beach ball. And then we want to feel like we're giving the beach ball to a very tall person. So try to lift it up. Good, then back from the center. Inhale, exhale, bend it a little bit. Lifting that beach ball up, pushing those arms behind us a little bit. Good, and then coming back to the center. So as we come down, we're going to bring the legs a little closer and we're going to focus on one side at a time. So lift your chest, take one arm up. Now this arm is going to want to go here. We want it back here by your ear, like where you could touch your ear, or even behind it, for even better if it's behind it. So lift it up, stay there, and then come over. So as you're lifting and you're holding here, take that arm, see if it can move a little more back by your ear. Then we're going to inhale, reaching. Exhale, we're going to bring this arm down, and we're going to turn it around. And then we'll bring it back to the center. And in, squeezing those shoulder blades. So the other side, we're taking up, pushing it back behind the ear, reaching tall, exhaling over and continuing to reach up. You want to feel that from the hip all the way up. Keep your belly button tight too. Stay there for a few breaths, continuing to lift and reach and push that arm back behind the ear. And then as we exhale and bring it down, we're slowly going to rotate. So you're rotating from the spine. You're not using your hand to hand somebody that far away from you. That's going to hurt your shoulder. So we're just stretching that spine and bringing it back to the front. Good, pulling those shoulders in and taking the arms down. We're going to actually grab behind you. You can lace your fingers together, or you can put them together, hands on each other. So as we do that, we're going to pull those shoulders back. Where are they? Okay. And we're going to slowly lift the arms up without bending forward. If we bend forward, we're kind of cheating our mind into thinking that we're stretching the shoulders up, but we're not. Good. So as we take those back down and leave them right there, just let them rest on your chair. Dropping the shoulders, we're going to take your head to one side. So that opposite shoulder is coming down a little more. We're creating space between that ear and the shoulder. And then slowly coming back to the center. Pulling those shoulders back a little bit. Inhale and then exhale to the other side. And you're still thinking about that opposite shoulder. So this one here, pushing it down by using your hands, pushing into this chair. And then we come up slowly. Inhale, exhale, lift those arms again. Now I understand you might need to lean forward if your chair is really close to you, but you can also scoot forward with your butt so you don't have to. From here, we're going to take those arms and we're going to just bend them behind you and try to grab the other elbow. And you might not actually reach the elbow, but just grab the other hands, that's fine. So as we're sitting tall, we're going to exhale, pull those shoulders down, and then rotate the head to one side. Same thing here, we're trying to pull those shoulders away from the ears, trying to turn that neck and holding it slowly and gently, and then slowly and gently bringing it back to the center. Always have to be really careful on our necks, they get super tight. So right here, breath in, relax, drop those shoulders, then inhale, exhale to the other side. So trying to create that space between the shoulder and the ear. Good. Then as we inhale and we exhale back slowly to center, we're going to take your arms and we're going to take it to where your hands are just one on top of each other behind you. So now your elbows kind of stick out. From here we have our tall posture, stomach tight. We're going to pull those shoulders back. We're opening up the front of the shoulders. Relax. Pull those elbows back. Lift the chest at the same time. Remember, when you're having a festive time and you're eating, you're slouched over. So just opening up those shoulders like this is a good idea. And we can just put those hands back there and keep pushing those elbows back. We can take them down nice and far too. So maybe every once in a while you stop and you think about your posture. Deep breath. We exhale down. Go ahead and scoot it on back. All right, so when we have our chair, we should automatically now sit in it so that our elbows come back to the chair. We're going to take our head, and if it's not already there, we're going to recenter it over your spine. So you're going to pull your head back slightly, and then let your body relax and try to keep your head there. Take your breath in, exhale, recenter your head over your spine, pull your shoulders back. Good, and then bring those arms nice and down. We're going to turn those palms forward, and then we're going to take our deep breath, and we're going to push the fingers to the floor. See how far away we can get the shoulders from the ears, and then we can lift it up behind us. See if you can wrap your shoulder blades around the chair, or at least feel like you're doing that. As you hold it, pull your belly button inward. Make sure you have some awareness there. From here, since the hands are up, we're going to go ahead and keep pushing them behind you, but slowly raise them. And as we slowly raise them, we're going to get up to where we're looking like we're doing a Y. So we're going to stop at Y. Yeah. From here, we're going to gently push those arms back just a little bit. I want you to feel how those shoulder blades come in together, and that's the muscles that support your neck. So let it relax a little bit. Come forward on that Y, and then we're going to go back again, nice and gentle, nice and slow. Squeeze those upper back muscles. Pull your belly button in. Inhale and lift your spine. Good. Then inhale, and let's finish that right there. Inhale and exhale together. So now those arms are going to go way back behind your head, hopefully further than when you started. And we're going to sit up tall. So now with that belly button pulled in tightly, we bend to one side, and we're going to engage the whole abdominal section from the bra line all the way down to your stomach. Pull it all in tightly, bring it back to the center. Deep breath, exhale over. Pull that belly button in, get everything tight through the abdominals. And back to the center. And bring it down. Push those elbows out to the side. So let's remember, no matter what kind of chair we're sitting in, we're really always trying to sit a little bit away from the back. If we do sit back, we want to make sure that we're opening up our chest and staying tall. It might feel like it's going to look funny, but it doesn't. You actually look normal. But it's going to do a lot more for your back and your posture and your neck. So if you are sitting straight up, remember you're lifting your spine to the ceiling. So every once in a while, maybe you'll catch yourself with a little slouch and you can fix it. Nobody's going to know but me. So let's go ahead and scoot forward a little bit. Since we don't have as much support, this time when we come up, we'll actually be able to bend a little bit further. So keep your stomach tight, feet on the floor, inhale, exhale. As you bend a little bit further, you're also going to be able to reach further and pull your hands further back, so you have a bigger range of motion here, a lot more feeling. As you come back to the center, we reset. Shoulders down, stomach tight, inhale, exhale to the other side, then lift your body off your hips. Push those arms back behind the ears. Good, and bring it back to the center. So as we drop the shoulders first, and bring that down. Elbows are pointing out. That's the way we can squeeze the shoulder blades and the belly button. So namaste.